Don't be embarrassed, and trust me, don't be ashamed. Everything you say to me, baby, is confidential. I know this is really intimate stuff, but let's talk about debt. Coming to you again with more help is your Get Out of Debt Guide, your man with the answers to solve all your financial worries. Your host and debt expert, Steve Rode.
Hi, this is Steve Rode. I'm back again answering questions, this time from James. James is a police officer on the East Coast, and he's got a real sticky situation with his car. And let's see if we can't help him find a solution. James, what's your question?
Yes, Steve. My name is James. And I'm calling in reference to a vehicle note that is extremely high for me. I'll give you some background on myself. I am a police officer on the East Coast, and I've always worked 2 to 3 off-duty jobs where my cash flow was extremely high. Went out on knee surgery after I bought a $60,000 vehicle. And voila, 9 months later, after being out of work, the employment was no longer there. Thus, my debt ratio crashed tremendously. What would you advise? I still owe about 4 to 5 years on this vehicle left. I'm wondering, how can you help me with some info to either refinance the truck, because my credit has taken a hit because of my medical situation. Yes, I do need help. Thank you very much.
Hey, buddy, you're listening to the Get Out of Debt Radio Show, and if you don't remember that this ain't legal or accounting advice, I'll have to hurt you. For real legal advice, find yourself a lawyer in your state. Got it?
Well, James, thank you for contacting me. I can hear it in your voice. Also, the police radio traffic in the background was a nice background sound, too. You know, the situation you're faced with is that your current lifestyle does not fit within your income anymore. Your lifestyle was based upon income, those side jobs, those 2 or 3 jobs that you had, you just don't have anymore. They're not coming in. They're not making the money. So some way we have to figure out how to deal with this $60,000 vehicle that your payment's left on. And there are a few ways. One is to contact the lender and see if they'll renegotiate the note and maybe give you a payment that you can afford. The second way would be to try to refinance the used vehicle, and it would lower the payment, but it would extend the loan out further. You could do it up to 6 or 7 years now. If you do that, like I said, the payment will be lower, but the overall amount that you will pay will be much higher than if you stayed on your current payment schedule. The reason the payment is lower is because it's extended out longer. So that would give you some breathing room, and a couple of places that you might want to check are lendingclub.com, and eloan.com, ELOAN.com. They used to do auto refinancing. And in fact, in the past, I used them to refinance a vehicle I had, and it was really a very simple process. And I later used them to purchase a new vehicle, and again, it was so easy to do. So I'd look at those 2 resources, because the last resource here that we have to deal with is, I don't think that the vehicle here is the only issue. I think that because you lost that side income, that you probably have growing bills, and it's made it harder to get by just day to day and not just make that loan payment. So in that case, really your options are significantly limited. The only legal tool that you have, the only legal protection that you have as a consumer when dealing with creditors is the protection from bankruptcy. Now, bankruptcy doesn't mean that you would lose your vehicle. In fact, if you went into a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, the amount of the loan on the vehicle could be legally crammed down, legally reduced to the current value of the vehicle. You'd be able to keep it. You would just be making new, lower payments. So before you jump into any sort of loan, I just ask you to consider talking to a local bankruptcy attorney about what bankruptcy may offer you and the protections it may give you. Are you the first police officer that would have ever gone bankrupt? Absolutely not. Over the years, I've worked with so many police officers. And in fact, I think I have a pretty good understanding of, what it's like, the pressures involved, and, police officers notoriously struggle to pay the bills. They have long schedules, they're stressed, they just don't want to deal with it when they get home, et cetera, et cetera. And in fact, I have a special affinity in my heart for police officers. I worked my way through college as a police dispatcher. I hope that helps. And if you have any further questions, just come on back to the getoutofdebt.org website. I'm here for you, James. Bye.
Thanks for listening to another Get Out of Debt show with your friend and mine, Steve Rode. If you or someone you know would like to submit a question for Steve to answer, just visit our website at getoutofdebt.org and fill out the question form. And while you're on the getoutofdebt.org site, be sure to subscribe to the show feed and, what's that, Steve?
Remember Twitter.
Oh yes, follow Steve on Twitter at GetOutOfDebtGuy.